I cut it a little long and then I just sanded it smooth. And then that's how we can make sure this fits in here nice and smoothly. I need to leave that in there because it was actually... Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to build things. And we're trying to build today is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup, the Foose design kit they put out a while back that we are doing quite a bit different. And if you'd like to get caught up on those differences, there's a link down in the description to a playlist where you can get completely caught up to where we are right now. And where we are right now is working on what goes in the back of the bed. So we've got a ton of stuff that needs to be crammed into the back of this bed. I think something about 5 pounds in a sack or something. That's basically what we've got going on back here in the back of the bed. And I kind of want to show you how I'm getting to get it to all fit. This is the way I'm thinking, at least. So I've got it all back here. And what I think we'll do is kind of deconstruct it as we go. Now, the first thing you notice is we've got this panel in here, which is actually the interior panels out of the Bronco, the back interior panels out of the Bronco. So this is, the very back of the Bronco, and then the where the back seat used to be in the Bronco. And I wanted to use those to incorporate or to continue. So I think as we all know, the whole reason we went down this whole road of this truck is I wanted to use the interior of a Bronco in the F100. And then it turned into exterior and grills, and it just went, it snowballed downhill, right? But we started with using the interior. So I wanted to continue the interior out of the cab back into the bed here also. But you can see, because we have adjusted the mounts or the notch in our frame rails, they're actually a little taller. What I had originally shaped this like no longer fits. So I've got to actually get in here and shave that down some more. But what you can see, we have a floor. We have a bed floor now. So that's basically what I've done today, is got that put in. And now I'm trying to see if everything fits. And well, two things. Like I just mentioned, we're gonna have to trim these sides down some more because our tunnel is taller than it originally was. And also our air ride setup does not quite fit because of the taller tunnel. It has more angle, or the angle extends further. So we're just not quite fitting. I think there's two ways to fix that. Hopefully you guys can see that. This side of the air ride setup is actually sitting up on this. Let me point with this, up on this angle here. We want it to sit flat on the ground. And it's not quite, even though we made our notch back here. If you remember right, we made a notch back here in the back panel, but it's still not there. So I think there's two ways to fix that. One, we either reprint this, which I don't know if I'm going to reprint it, but I might even reprint it anyways. But we could reprint it just a little bit smaller to fit in there. But I don't really want to. I like this size. It looks scale. It looks the right size and right scale, especially once we get the compressors in here. There's two compressors. One goes on each one of these little pedestals here, if you can see that. So I don't really want to change the scale. So what I think we could do, if I flip it over, well, you're going to notice two things when I flip it over. One, the underside has been cleared. So we've got the clear done on the chassis underside. Again, all this is going to get polished yet. I'm also being very gentle with this because this is all still a little bit soft. It's still... I don't want to grab it too much, or I think I'm going to put a nice little fingerprint in it. So I'm being very careful here. But what I think we can do to make the air ride fit back here is just notch it right here. So just do a little bump in right here, which I don't think will get in the way. We've got to remember, we're going to have a rear end, obviously, that sits here, but we're going to have airbags here, right? I don't think any of that will get in the way because our shocks are going to be riding outboard. Let me make sure you can see this. So our shocks are going to live in here, this space in between the frame rail and the bed rail, this outside bed rail. So right in this area is where our shocks are. So I think we'll be okay just to do a little bump out right there, and then we can use the same size air ride setup, which I really do like the size of. So I think that's how we're going to fix that. But let's go ahead and pull this apart. Pull this out. It fits very snugly. I did have to start sanding this down some to get that to fit. Oh, I did want to show too, again, this is going to sit on top, which will cap it all off. Once this fits all the way down in there, this kind of beauty panel is going to sit and cap it all off to, give it a nice clean look. This beauty panel, by the way, needs to be adjusted. It's not quite the right size. It's not, but it was a good starting point. And actually it goes this way. It was a good starting point anyways, but that's going to get adjusted yet. Anyways, let me get this out of the way. And I think I can even get this beauty panel out, and I can get the sub box out that we finished yesterday. Come on out of there. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't mind if it gets a little scratched up in here. I don't want to scratch up here. But this is, come on out for me. Uh-oh, I didn't glue it in already, did I? No, it's just fitting tight. Oops. I might have just broke it, but that's okay. All right, here we go. This is our floorboard for the bed. It's pretty straightforward. I just kind of went and measured both sides, made these two pieces first. Then I measured up for the upward pieces. I don't know what to call them. These, where's mine? So I built these pieces second and this piece last, and actually I had it overhang some, and then I cut it a little long, and then I just sanded it smooth, and then that's how we can make sure this fits in here nice and smoothly. I need to leave that in there because it was actually still kind of gluing. So the way I did it, by the way, is I just set them in there, and then I just came in with Tamiya cement and just glued the seams here. And then I need to do it again. I think I just kind of broke them apart. But that's how I'm getting that to hold its shape. Now, this side is going to be carpeted, black carpeting. And then this side here that you see all white, that's getting body color. I got to get down. I'm actually out of body color, so I gotta go get another can of that. So I'm not even able to spray it yet. So what I will probably do is spray this side body color, this side black, and then we'll put black carpet on top of that. And then of course all our stuff will fit in there once we've got it to all fit. See, this actually fits in there like this. You can see it fits in on the back now. It's sitting flat, but it won't fit in with this panel. So yeah, we're gonna have to make just a little notch. Anyways, so that's the bed. That's gonna be the layout of the bed. I'm gonna get all this painted up, and I'm gonna get the flocking done on it, all that. I'll get it notched and all that before tomorrow. But I also wanted to mention that I went ahead and I've ordered up the light kit that we were talking about yesterday, so we can put tail lights and headlights. So I'm just gonna do tail lights and headlights. And we had talked about for doing the light kit, how are we going to do the switch? Because I think we can hide. I think what we'll end up doing is we will try to just put a fuel cell in here as best we can. And I'm gonna have to really look at it, but I think I can hide the coin style battery in there and the switch. But the same company also offers a touch switch, and what's really cool is not only do they offer the touch switch, but the touch switch. And they offer one that has just a wire that comes out of the touch switch. All you have to do is just touch the wire. So what I think I could do is hide. So you do. My understanding is you still with the coin style battery, you still need an on-off switch because you have to turn it on and off every now and then to kind of reset the touch switch. I don't know. We're gonna find out when we get it. I don't know exactly what all that means and how it works. We'll find out when we get it. But what I could do is just hide that switch inside the fuel cell or the fuel tank back here, along with the battery, and then and along with the actual touch switch, and then just have a wire. So it could just be, we could make it look, it's a bare wire, just have a bare wire somewhere that we could, just along the frame rail. It could look like, we can make it look like wiring in the car, and all you do is touch that wire. All you have to do is touch it, and it'll turn the lights on and off. I don't know. Well, I went ahead and ordered it up because I just wanted to check it out. I'm sure some of you guys, maybe you guys have used this. If you have, let me know down in the comments. But I'm going to check it out. We'll take a close look at it. I don't really want to talk about like where it's coming from and all that until I actually make sure. I want to make sure things work before I say, go, hey, go get this over there. So we'll get it in here. It's going to be, I think shipping was 4 to 11 days. So from 4 to 11 days from now, we'll get to check that out and kind of see if it works. If it doesn't, maybe we'll go a different route. But I think we can make it work. We'll look at it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you think about how the bed is turning out so far. I want to hear what you have to say down in the comments. I really enjoy hearing your comments and having conversations down there. So let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I am going to finish up carpeting a bed floor. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.